America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, this story actually happened in New Jersey. So this is JaJuan R. Henderson, 29 years old, and he is now paralyzed from the neck on down, and he really shouldn't be in this condition. And it was the Trenton police that did this to him, plainclothes officers. And, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Trenton, there's sections of Trenton that's really dangerous. It really is. It's really too dangerous for the average person to even be in. And I have relatives that have been over there. Even when I was born, they were there. Some have left, but I do still have quite a few cousins and a couple of aunts that are there. So a black man in New Jersey grabbed iced tea from a car, and he was shot and paralyzed by plainclothes officers last month, according to a lawsuit alleging excessive force, negligence, and racial profiling. Jawan R. Henderson, 29, he was getting a drink from his Saturn iron. He had a Saturn iron parked outside of his house. And they said it was shortly after midnight, February 12th, in Trenton. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, Trenton police, if they're not probably the worst in the whole state, they're definitely right up there as being probably one of the worst police forces in the whole state. Okay, so there was a civil suit filed Wednesday in Mercer County. That's when a group of men in dark clothing and masked driving an unidentified vehicle boxed in the Saturn that was parallel parked. And that's really a common thing because there are some parts of Trenton where there's no driveway for you to get in. So it sounds like he was in that particular kind of area. According to the lawsuit, Henderson did not know who the men were. Once out of their vehicle, the men began yelling at Henderson and then attempted to he tried to use his phone to get some help. He didn't know what was going on. So one of the men smashed the driver's side window and Henderson was shot 4 times. One of those bullets went in his neck and he's now paralyzed. I mean, mm, this is horrible. So the group of men, appearing as any other group of dangerous criminals from a horror movie, turned out to be the Trenton Police Department. This is according to the lawsuit. The man is sitting in his car at midnight while on a cell phone was all the unidentified police needed to smash the driver window. Despite being unarmed, non-threatening, and minding his own business, the police proceed to use lethal force and shoot Jawan in the neck. And he also took a bullet in the chest. I mean, he is seriously lucky to be alive. Henderson is now paralyzed from the chest on down. Named as defendants are the city of Trenton, the director of Trenton Police, Stephen E. Wilson, and 4 officers only identified by their initials who were at the scene. Wilson did not immediately respond to requests for comment Friday. A city spokesperson declined comment on the lawsuit, citing the pending litigation. Derek Demary, he's the attorney representing Henderson, told NBC News on Friday that there are many unknowns in the case, such as the plainclothes officers' objective that night. They were just looking for any reason to get at a black man. Isn't that what they all do nationwide? They don't do no real policing. How are you keeping the neighborhood safe by doing this? Somebody just sitting in a parked car out in front of the home they live at, and you come along and smash his window and pump bullets in him? You know, oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. So 2018 Attorney General directive says the video footage should be released publicly when requested once the initial use of force is substantially completed. So they said, it may be released within the next 20 days. And of course, the family is very frustrating. I don't even know why. Why do they talk about transparency when it comes down to policing when nothing is transparent? Nothing is. I mean, when they do their internal investigation, usually you don't hear nothing until a few weeks later where they declared the cops didn't do anything wrong. But you don't see the entire investigation from start to finish. They keep that from the public. I mean, they do. And, in this country, cops are glorified and they don't want to find any wrong in what they do. They could be as wrong as two left feet and they'll look you in the face and say they didn't do nothing. So, in America, unfortunately, all your skin color makes you guilty. Nothing else makes you guilty, just that. So, the city of Trenton has fully complied with the required Attorney General review of the February 12th incident and awaiting the findings. I wouldn't hold my breath on this one, but, you know, this kind of stuff, if you had good policing going on in America, this kind of stuff would not even be out here happening. It is happening because of the racism that the police were established on from day one. And it's been this way ever since. And you notice how they have made no effort to change this. All they do is the same thing they do with HR 40: stall, give you a bunch of lip service, do nothing, have police reform that does nothing, and then policing continue on and nothing gets done. And then we get back to talking about reform, and then nothing happens. And then the George Floyd bill and qualified immunity, and then nothing happens and policing doesn't change. It just goes on and on and on, and we see the same thing when it comes down to reparations, the lip service. Oh, this committee and that committee, and set up this meeting and that meeting. And, and it's just all stall tactics specifically for us. That's all. They it don't take 500 years to make changes. They don't want changes. They don't want changes even if innocent people go to jail. As long as it's us, it's not a problem in their eyes. This is why your whole world is crashing in on you. And if you think for one moment you're not going to be in this war that's going on, you better think again. Y'all haven't been right about nothing when it comes down to that war. And we know you're all just sitting there lying about, oh, well, Ukraine, they're holding off these Soviets. So we know you're lying. We know you're lying. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. And I sure hope he recovers. This is truly a tragedy. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.